Hello everybody and welcome once again to Possession Football. 20 minutes away now from France's big game against Switzerland. And in this round of 16, 5 games done, 3 to go. It all started on Saturday, the knockout stages, as Denmark strolled past Wales 4-0 and Italy needed extra time to overcome Austria 2-1. Yesterday we had two interesting games. Firstly, the Czech Republic beating the Netherlands in the first real shock of the tournament, 2-0 to the Repre, and then Belgium got past Portugal 1-0. Earlier today, second use of extra time, and once again it did come to a conclusion. Still waiting on our first penalty shootout. Spain beating Croatia 5-3. And now we have France playing Switzerland in Bucharest. And France will go through their team first. Obviously, Captain Lloris starting in goal, making his 129th cap for Les Bleus. But the big news is a change to the back three due to injuries in the left back position. Kimpembe and Varane are joined by Longley as centre backs. The wing backs, well, there's no Koundé, he's injured, he's replaced by Pavard, and there's no Hernandez either. He is only fit enough for the bench, and he is replaced by Rabiot. Pogba and Kante are still behind Griezmann in the midfield, but there is only a front two now instead of a front three to facilitate that move to a back three. So Tolisso loses his place. He was never going to get ahead of Mbappe or Benzema. As for Switzerland, it is an unchanged team. Sommer starting in goal, a back three of Valverde, Akanji and Rodriguez. Widmer, Freuler, Captain Xhaka and Zuba are the midfield four. Shaqiri is behind Seferovic, and Embolo once again. So that's where we are. And hopefully a good game. $15 minutes till kick-off, and remember that 2 knockout games tomorrow as England play Germany in London before Sweden take on Ukraine in Glasgow. A British theme on what will be day 2 of the Wimbledon Championships as well. Kylian Mbappe, just see him warming up. 15 minutes until kick-off. France topped a difficult group containing Germany, Portugal and Hungary to be here, whereas Switzerland third in Group A behind Italy and Wales, but getting that 3-1 win over Turkey on the last day to go through. But through third, so they do get this difficult test. Doesn't matter what has happened in the past, though, really. What only matters is today the slate is wiped clean. The Netherlands won all 3 of their group stage games, but that didn't help them against the Czech Republic. A lot of excitement for this one, I can imagine. So say hello if you're watching. France and Switzerland, 2 of Europe's highest ranked teams. Switzerland always have a ranking which, to be honest, probably doesn't reflect their position in Europe. This is not me trying to cast aspersions on them. They are currently ranked 13th. Which, actually, to be fair, that is fair enough. They have been ranked in the top 10 often. France, for what it's worth, are ranked 2nd in the men's world ranking. Only behind Belgium. Belgium, the only team to have topped the ranking, having never won a World Cup or European Championships. Brazil was 3rd. The highest team, not based in either Europe or South America, is the USA in 20th. Senegal in 22nd at Africa's highest. Asia's highest at Japan in 28th, and Oceania with New Zealand 122nd, and the largest. Well, the World Cup, of course, next year. But for now, it is all about the Euros. France versus Switzerland, just 12 minutes away. And national anthem's just about to come up. I know that the warm-ups have finished, so say hello if you're watching. Any questions before the match, or comments or opinions? Just the big news, if you are wondering, is France's switch to a back 3 for this game, caused by niggles for, an injury for Digne and a niggle for Hernandez, which stops him from starting. We are just 10 minutes away now. The earlier game between Croatia and Spain finished 5-3 after extra time. Comedic own goal from Pedri, cancelled out by Sarabia before half time. Then Azpilicueta made it 2. Torres thought he'd won it to make it 3-1, but late goals from Orsic and Pasalic sent it to extra time. But Morata and Oyarzabal completely finished the job. Well, Romania is 2 hours ahead, so it's nearly 10 in over there. The game will not finish till gone midnight if this one goes to extra time. So, let's head over to Bucharest, capital city of Romania, itself a football-loving country, but one of 2 cities to host the championships, where the country they're located in didn't qualify, the other being Baku, Azerbaijan. Great to see 2 countries where football is loved. But, if you need a reminder who the favourites are, that FIFA World Champions badge on the French chest should be your answer. Mind you, do not count out Switzerland in football. Semi-finalist in the Nations League in 2019. They know what it's like to get far in these competitions. They advanced ahead of Belgium in their Nations League group, and they'll be ready to try their best to cause an upset here. The players are out of the tunnel, starting with the French. The referees out too. And now here come the Swiss. Paul Pogba saying a prayer before this game begins. He knows that he needs all the help he can get at this level of competition. It's a reminder just the level of elite players that he will be playing with and against, and it's a category he fits into himself. And these national anthems, always heard at major events. It's a repeat of the 2014 World Cup round of 16, now at the European Championships. Well, we'll have the national anthem starting with Switzerland. there, observed astutely. And now we will have one of the most famous anthems, Le Marseillaise of France. A song that dates back to the 18th century, that has been the tune to so much sporting achievement in the 21st. Can France do another World and European Championship double? Despite impressive performances so far, failure here will mean that is all for naught. 3 minutes to go, and France versus Switzerland is coming right up. Be the last chance for Bucharest to host a game here at UEFA Euro 2020. And as I said, despite the lack of the Romanian team, there's still been a lot of interest. The games between Austria and North Macedonia, Ukraine and North Macedonia, and then Ukraine and Austria all hosted there. 8 goals in those 3. How many will we see today? Well, we've had a lot of excitement in the knockout stages so far. Let's have a last look at the team, starting with France, who do switch to a back 3. Captain Hugo Lloris starts in goal, making his 129th cap. The back 3 of Varane, Longley and Kimpembe. Pavard and Rabiot join Pogba and Conte in midfield. Griezmann, Benzema and Mbappe are the front 3. For Switzerland, their team's unchanged. Jan Sommer is in goal. It's a back 5 of Widmer, Elvedi, Akanji, Rodriguez and Zuma. Freuler and Captain Xhaka are in midfield. Shaqiri is behind Seferovic and Embolo. So, players already. They are just waiting for the clock to strike 8. And then we will be underway. It's 30 seconds about until you see that moment. Nearly there. The clock struck 8. And we are ready to begin in Romania. The whistle has been sounded. The match is underway. And what a match we have for you here. Switzerland will look to frustrate the Irresistible Blues, as their official fan club is called. Switzerland in their white strip, kicking from right to left. It's with Rodriguez. Going from left to right. France, of course, in blue. And ball is given away. It's with Benzema, Griezmann. Mbappe making the run. Mbappe into the box, being marked by Elvedi, so passes it back. Here's Griezmann. Can they put a ball into the box? Griezmann again. Well, he has a cross, and it's deflected behind. And I thought it might have just been out for a throw-in, but Griezmann successfully appeals for a corner. It was a tight one. And, our official team today is Argentine, part of a exchange. As the corner comes in, and it's headed over by Varane, part of an exchange from UEFA and CONMEBOL, the South American Federation. So there were Spanish referees at the Copa America as well. Well, Varane had a free header. He messed that up completely. Should have scored, really. Great run, and he completely lost to Kanji, his marker. Meanwhile, Kimpembe just pulled up, making his run, and he went down. Looks like he is limping back on, though. Well, he's definitely walking oddly. Well, on the bench, Kurt Zuma is probably Didier Deschamps, the centre-back, if he's needed. Of course, injury 3 minutes in is the last time he wanted, so Kimpembe will try to run it off for him. Ball comes down. Looking for Kimpembe. And Switzerland win it in a dangerous area. Here's Shaqiri. Into the box. Headed away by Pavard. So, second corner of the game. First for Switzerland, 3 minutes in. Been a bright start. Varane missed a golden opportunity to put France 1-0 ahead. Can a similar chance be created by the opponents? Rodriguez will put the corner in, and again a good chance for a header. Elvedi miscontrols it though, and Pogba can kick it clear for a throw-in. I think he intended for Rabiot to run onto that, but the main thing is the ball is out of the danger zone. Is Zuba given away. France have won the ball back. Mbappe on the right hand side this time. Pogba. Conte. Benzema running into the box. And blocks in, and it's cleared. Kimpembe, Mbappe, Griezmann, Mbappe. Oh, a cross has come in and fallen to Benzema, and I think he just didn't expect Akanji to miss it, so didn't anticipate it properly. Switzerland showing a gap. Here's Xhaka. So, Switzerland's chance to come forward, and it is Rodriguez on the left-hand side. Unconvincingly, but authoritatively cleared by France. And it's good from Griezmann to start an attack. Mbappe running at Elvedi on the left-hand side. And Xhaka got back to get a tackle in, but Mbappe still with it. Well, puts a cross in, Akanji boots it behind for a corner. Well, you have to imagine that Elvedi is in for a bit of a long evening, because he's already been run at a couple of times by Mbappe, and there's no sign of that changing. Corner comes in, headed away. Vladimir Petkovic, the Bosnian Swiss coach, just giving some instructions. A lot of Switzerland's players have heritage from that part of the world, the Balkans or Eastern Europe. As Braille Embolo wins a corner. He's not one of them, but Xhaka, Shaqiri, Seferovic, Omeragic as well. He's not in the team today. Gavranovic on the bench. Rodriguez will put the corner in. Headed away by Varane. Out for a throw-in the end. With Zuber and Xhaka. Zuber with a good ball to Embolo, and he looked to set up Seferovic in the box, but in the end couldn't. Rodriguez, Embolo, Xhaka, Zuber. Freuler with the ball in the box, misses everyone. Just missed everyone, that from Freuler, the cross, but it is a warning sign. Switzerland aren't going to lie down. Obviously France are the favourites, but at this level there are no mugs. Only 16 of Europe's best national teams here. And the Netherlands found that out the hard way. France just playing around the back. 10 minutes in. Varane had the best chance from a corner, which he missed in quite embarrassing fashion, really, looking back. But 0-0 the fairest scoreline. I've seen Mbappe be dangerous going forward. Terrorising Elvedi, I think, as he plans to do all game. Pembe. Kanji. Oh, and Bolo gives the ball away in a pretty bad area. Griezmann can find Mbappe, and Akanji stops that one. Mbolo. Vidma ball forward. Off Griezmann and behind for a goal kick. Xhaka just has it round the back. It's out for a throw-in. Switzerland certainly in this game as it is. Not lying down. Thought it might be a bit like Austria's performance against Italy, where some might have expected them to let Italy come forward and then try and beat them on the break, but that's not what Austria did. Of course, Austria and Switzerland, similar in many ways, co-hosted Euro 2008 together. France playing it round the back. Mbappe. And for a goal kick. Akanji has its game still getting into life. Shaqiri is knocked down, but Akanji with it, so it is an advantage. And then there is a foul on Freuler by Kimpembe, who is not really showing any signs of his injury, thankfully. Still 25. Free kick's taken meanwhile. Seferovic went for a very long shot, but it was blocked. Foul to Zuba, who puts the cross in, and the header is in! 1-0 Switzerland. Seferovic with a massive goal for the Nati. He is their main man up front. And he makes it goal number 23 for Switzerland. I don't think he's ever scored one quite like that for his country, though. And the French players walking slowly back to the centre circle with grimaces and frowns on their faces, because now they know they are in deep trouble. What a header by Seferovic. Just put it out of reach of the French captain Lloris. Well, great cross. Zuba knew the attacking threat. Longley, I think, wanted a push to be given. It wasn't a push. Plays restarted. If there was a VAR check, it was brief. Longley has to be going for that. We know what Hans Seferovic can do in the air. And he... has been beaten. Didn't even go for it. Well, Longley added to the defence as France switched to a back three. And I think everybody in Europe that isn't French will be wanting France to win. The winner of this game will face Belgium, and although they wouldn't admit it, I'm sure the Belgian players would rather... Actually, no, the winner would play Spain. I'm sure the Spanish players would rather face Switzerland, even if they wouldn't say it out loud. Griezmann knocked out for a free kick in a dangerous area. Griezmann standing over it, looks like one to put into the box. And headed away by Alvedi and Embolo in a dangerous area. Will try to pass it to Zuba, who is being harangued by Kimpembe, who does eventually get the tackle in. But it goes behind for a goal kick, and the Swiss will take that. Long ball played forward by Switzerland. Kanji. Played long. Out for a goal kick. Varane, long, out for a throw-in. Just camera showing some French face in the crowd. Look, glove. All hope is hardly lost. Might not be pretty to how you have to score against the French, but you can score against them. Wales will tell you that. It was a classic cross onto the big man up top. And, of course, France's big man at the top is on the bench, Olivier Giroud. Vidmel going forward there. Think out for a goal kick, that one. Yeah, just showing a replay of the ball. Conte, Varane and Pavard all going towards Zuba, who made the cross, leaving Longley to deal with Seferovic. But in the end, Longley didn't do his duties. Xhaka with a long ball. Good ball by Pogba to find Mbappe, but he was offside. Positive by Pogba though. Yeah, just about offside. Close one. Even if it wasn't, Elvedi tackled him and the offside flag wasn't raised until then. So, 22nd minute. Long ball played forward to Switzerland. Pogba plays it to Pavard. Here's Conte. Griezmann. Rabiot. Griezmann. Mbappe. Rabiot in the box! And the cross was aiming for Benzema, but just pushed away by Sommer. Forward from Rabiot, yeah. I think Benzema mistimed his run anyway a bit, to be honest. But Sommer with the intervention. Griezmann pushing it to Benzema. As the ball has replayed, Benzema just missing out there. And out for a throw-in off of Mbappe under the pressure of Freuler. It's hello Bruce, yes I will be covering the entire match, and Bunjil might be thinking of the wrong sport here. Free kick to Switzerland. Shaqiri deciding a pass backwards to Sommer. Here's Rodriguez. Xhaka. Shaqiri looking for Seferovic, but Longley with an important intervention. It's with Benzema. Griezmann. Varane to Pavard. France moving the ball forward, but not yet finding the gap. If anyone can, it's Conte, but he can find Griezmann. All good run by Rabiot. It's tackled, but finds its way to Pogba. We know what he can do. Passes it to Griezmann, out wide to Conte, unfamiliarly on the left wing. Stands against the cross. Plays it to Griezmann. And Rabiot earns a free kick. It's apparently a handball off Freuler at near range, where we haven't seen a free kick converted yet at UEFA Euro 2020. Is this the first opportunity? That wasn't handball, but referee's made his decision, and that's how it is. "23 metres the distance to goal," as we see Griezmann stand over it. Mbappe standing over it as well. Mbappe straight into the wall. Rebound is wide. Probably justice, seeing as it wasn't a handball in the first place. Switzerland. Wall doing the job. Actually hits Seferovic on the arm, but natural position. Akanji. As Switzerland restart the game. Here's Embolo. Xhaka. Oh, good ball forward to Zuba. Out left to Rodriguez. Back to Zuba in the box. And he earns a corner off of Conte. Oh, he's given a goal kick. Oh yeah, it did come off Conte, but hit Zuba again on the way out. Good spot from our Argentine referee team. Ball's come forward. And cleared. Here's Varane. Still with Varane. Pogba. Oh, lovely ball. Sprays it out wide. To Rabiot, long shot. Good save, Sommer. Hit well. In fact, just wide of Sommer in the end. Thought it took a touch, just swerving away from him and going wide. Switzerland, just 20 minutes, you'd imagine, if you have a bit of injury time, away from going ahead 1-0 up. I think that period just before and just after half time is when I have to particularly stay focused. Here's Alvedi. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Zuba. Ran with the tackle. Here's Xhaka. Embolo. Zuba. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Oh, free kick there, Zuba. Making a good run back with the left and getting the better off Varane, who receives the game's first yellow card. Now, Varane has high standards. Hasn't really had the best game so far. Had France's best opportunity of the game, which he headed wide. And skinned there by Zuba. And he has an hour of the game to complete, at least, with a caution to his name. Meanwhile, free kick comes in by Shaqiri. Oh, and it came to Embolo. And he put it wide, and really, I think his vision was obstructed there, and if he saw it on time, it's 2-0. Took a touch. Well, he was being handled a bit roughly by Kimpembe there. And then Bolo just unable to get a good head on it. Another opportunity via the air for Switzerland, and France seem unable to deal with it properly. Switzerland are a team that are well drilled into using that form with Seferovic, but they have defending to do now. Oh, and that's so poor from Rabiot in the box, and a heavy touch that goes out for a goal kick. Meanwhile, Griezmann's down and back up again, but he does still look hurt. Well, yeah, Griezmann was fouled. The advantage was played, but now it is called back, and in fact, Alvedi gets a yellow card. It is still a goal kick, mind. Good spot, once again. Was not noticed at first by me on the replay. It's revealed to be a yellow card. That's why he's refereeing at this level. Out for a goal kick, throw-in, that long ball by Pogba, looking for Pavard. Now France really want to get moving quickly, because they don't want to be in a situation where they're desperately firing balls forward in an attempt that something will go in. Balls forward. Seferovic to Braille Embolo. Oh, and Pogba has clattered him down. Surely that's a yellow card, because there was nowhere near no way he was getting the ball like that. And I think, yep, tripped Embolo. Looking at it again, perhaps not as bad as I first thought. And there have been 2 yellow cards in the last 2 minutes, so I think the referee, Senor Rapalini, just choosing not to let this game get away from him. He was taken out line to Seferovic. Here's Vidmer. Akanji. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Embolo. Xhaka out wide. Rodriguez. And Vidmer's forward. He was checked by Kimpembe, apparently legally. He was just standing his ground, I suppose. And France can get it away, or at least try to. Here's Griezmann. Mbappe. Great touch from Mbappe to get it to Conte, but he just can't keep it in. Throw in Switzerland. France are showing quality, but not getting results yet. Vladimir Petkovic must be going through a lot of emotions right now. Well, even game so far. France with 51% of the ball and 5 shots. Switzerland with 4 shots, but the only shot on target has been Seferovic's goal. Rabiot just picking up a foul off of Seferovic in a dangerous area. Taken quickly to Griezmann. Fakes the cross to give himself more space and does a real one. Aimed to Pavard. Zuba takes the safe option. Header behind for a corner. Griezmann takes the corner kick. Right hand side, looking for the near post one for Pogba, but didn't come off. And it's now with Shaqiri. Looking for a way out to start a break, but Pavard wasn't having any of that. Throw in. Rodriguez will take the throw in. But looks like it's been paused for a second. I don't know if the player's down or anything. It's being used as a water and tactical break for the players. I'm not exactly sure what's happened. It's a pitch invader, that's why they're TV people not allowed to show it. Giving these idiots, I suppose, although makes you think we got every camera angle possible of Christian Eriksen, but a pitch invader's too much. Anyway, play resumes. France go forward. Rabiot crosses it. Kanji's taken away. Kimpembe with the ball. Conte. Pogba with the ball in the box, headed away. Here's Xhaka. Given to Embolo. Seferovic. Zuba. Xhaka. Shaqiri. And forced all the way back to Sommer. First objective for Switzerland is to still be leading at half time. Shaqiri. Out left for Zuba. Rodriguez. Zuba. Xhaka. Embolo. Oh, just a heavy touch. Allows Varane to boot it behind for a corner. Was a tricky one to control that. Xhaka, great run from Embolo, just on the side. Good vision from Xhaka. Corner comes in. Rodriguez! Oh, and it came off Pavard before it, Akanji's header went wide, and I think if the Bayern man didn't make that intervention, it would have gone in. 42nd minute. Varane. Pogba. To Varane. Pogba. Mbappe. Pavard. Oh, great touch from Griezmann to find Mbappe, but he smashes it over the bar. Freuler, I think, just nudging him softly enough to give away no foul, but just enough to knock Kylian Mbappe off balance. Well, hasn't really been Mbappe's tournament, this one so far, but and I think if they lose this, it certainly won't be. Yet to score. Of course, he is just 22 and making his 48th appearance, which is in its own right completely crazy. Golden boot race is interesting because Ronaldo won 5, but his team's out. And then you have Patrick Schick on 4. Lukaku and Forsberg are the players still in with 3, along with Wijnaldum and Lewandowski, who, of course, won't be winning it now. Long ball taken by Switzerland. Seferovic is down, but the referee actually gives an advantage to France. Deft touch from Griezmann, but not a good one. It finds Embolo, who is looking for a run, and brought down, and Kimpembe didn't have to knock him over because Embolo made a heavy touch, and the ball was being collected by Longley anyway. Pogba having a word in the ref's ear, I don't know what about. We are in the 45th minute now. Benzema to Griezmann. Two minutes added on. Out to Embolo. Oh, and the ball bounced kindly to Varane there because Embolo's ball was touched by Longley, and that could have landed anywhere. So with Conte, Mbappe, Pogba. Oh, good ball out wide to Griezmann. Here's Benzema in the box. Shot is blocked. And now Rabiot has made a knock to Embolo's head, going for the 50-50 there. Well, Embolo's down immediately. Referee, yeah, it's a clash of heads. I thought a limb came into it, and I think if that happened, then it would be a yellow card. But no, it was accidental. Right decision. Refereeing has generally been very good today. And fortunately, half-time is coming up, so they can have a proper concussion test. Either the 2 minutes are done, but because of this stoppage of play, there'll be a few more. Well, they're going to restart with a free kick. I'm not sure if Switzerland might have 10 men. Sommet will take the free kick. Headed on by Seferovic. Here's Shaqiri. Zuba to Xhaka. And back to Zuba. Akanji. Oh, great ball by Xhaka. Embolo out wide. Long ball. Out for a throw-in. Embolo gingerly walking back onto the field, but I think he'll walk back off it again in a couple of seconds. Half time, and Switzerland deservedly leading. France unable to deal with them as of yet. That's simple. And it was a goal from Seferovic that has made the difference. France are 45 minutes away from elimination at UEFA Euro 2020. They have time to change that, but they need to do so quickly. France's best chance probably came right at the start when a free header from a corner was put wide by Varane. And Switzerland have taken advantage of the aerial route. It's caused problems for them throughout this game. Half time, another chance to take you through what's happened at Euro 2020 so far. Denmark beat Wales 4-0 in a game we had live on Possession Football, and they were the first team through. Dolberg with 2 goals, Myler with a third before Wilson was sent off and Brathwaite made it 4. Then an extra time classic between Italy and Austria. Arnautovic thought he put the Austrians ahead, but that was disallowed for VAR. Chiesa and Pessina, the substitutes, in extra time
making it 2-0. After the break, Kalajdzic got one back, but it wasn't enough, and Italy headed through. The Austrians with their heads held high. Then, Netherlands played the Czech Republic after an eventless first half. A handball meant De Ligt had to go. And the Czechs took advantage of their man advantage, goals from Holej and Schick, making it 2-0. Belgium beat Portugal. It was a goal from Torgan Hazard in that one yesterday. And now today there was a game between Croatia and Spain. A comical lone goal from Pedri, cancelled out by Sarabia at the right end for Spain. In the second half, Azpilicueta and Ferran Torres that is, made it 3-1, but late goals from Orsic and Pasalic forced it to extra time. But there would be no response for goals from Morata and Oyarzabal. What story will France and Switzerland conjure for us in the second half? Tomorrow, England play Germany and Sweden play Ukraine. In Britain, Wembley and Glasgow, the venues there.
So, France, 3/4 of an hour to save their summer. Kick-off will be in about 10 minutes time, just under. Wonder if Deschamps will stick with his back three. I suppose he doesn't really have a choice unless he wants to play someone out of position. Also, big day in Copa America, final day of the group stage. As Bolivia take on Argentina, Uruguay play Paraguay. And the standings in Group A mean that games are dead rubbers in terms of who goes through, but in terms of who plays who, a lot of interest. Bolivia are the team out in this, to be quite honest, nonsensical format. There's a group stage that only eliminates one team, but the winner, which will be Argentina, as long as they win, or if they don't win, but Paraguay don't better their result, then or Paraguay, if that eventuality does happen, will play Ecuador. The runner-up, which is likely going to be Paraguay or Argentina, could also be Uruguay if they win and Paraguay lose. Well, if they beat Paraguay, that is. They will play Peru, and the fourth place team, most likely Chile, unless Uruguay do lose, will play Brazil. Just 5 minutes until second half in this game in Bucharest. So, 11 o'clock in Eastern European time, or Eastern European summertime at the moment, which Romania observes. So yeah, I was talking about the Golden Boot race. It is interesting now. Ronaldo with 5 goals, Schick on 4, and the Czech set to play Denmark next. Wouldn't imagine he can't match that. On 3, Lukaku and Forsberg, as well as Wijnaldum and Lewandowski. A few players on 2. Torgan Hazard is on it now. Dolberg, Myler, Poulsen, Sterling, Benzema, Havertz, Immobile, Locatelli, Pessina, Morata, Sarabia, Torres, Shaqiri, Yaremchuk and Yarmolenko. The players that are still in the tournament on 2. Actually, you'd add Seferovic to that after his goal today. Kickoff is just about to come up. And French fans making a noise. So, looks like it will be a change to back four. Longley, who you could argue was at fault for the goal, is replaced by one Monsieur Kingsley Coman. So, back underway, and France kicking in blue from right to left. Will be looking forward, not backwards. They have to change something. And that's exactly what they've done. Longley is off, meaning that Rabiot will be in an unfamiliar left-back position. He was already in an unfamiliar left wing-back position, but this is something. Coman is making his 32nd appearance, plays for FC Bayern alongside Pavard, as well as Hernandez, who's on the bench and whose injury has caused France to adopt this back three system. So here is France as they know how to play, and something we've seen a lot. Griezmann with a long shot, although this one was low, weak and wide. Ball's gone away. But out for a goal kick. Good skill to make the run, but then just couldn't keep it in play. Rodriguez getting back. And, well, if that happens a few more times, Switzerland will be grateful, because the clock is ticking for every unsuccessful attack France make. Switzerland with an unsuccessful attack of their own. Long ball, but good defending to shepherd it out for a goal kick by the French. It's Pogba making my job easier with a distinctive headline. Coman, the substitute, with a ball that Rabiot just couldn't reach. Rabiot to Coman. Kimpembe. Conte. Varane. Pavard. Not much urgency from France, I suppose, at this time. It's not strictly necessary, but they'll want to turn it on rather quickly. Ball's given away to Manuel Akanji. Seferovic being hunted down by Rafael Varane and forced backwards by the Real Madrid man. Here is Vidmer, Xhaka, Akanji. The other side now for Vidmer. And he has some space to run into it here. Embolo is there on the underlap. And it's given to Embolo. Oh, and that was a dangerous challenge. And the low cross was nearly tucked in. A crucial, well, Freuler, and played it to Xhaka. And Coman can get to it. And now it's with Mbappe, who puts one over the top of Rodriguez to Griezmann. Mbappe. Griezmann. Mbappe. Conte. Mbappe. Oh, for a throw-in. Varane. Griezmann. Come on. Conte. Out to Rabiot. Here's Benzema. Rabiot. Pogba. Kimpembe. Varane with a ball into the box, and it's headed away. And headed down by Seferovic. And here's Shaqiri. Zuba. Oh, and he's got the run on Pavard here. Here's Zuba. And Pavard clumsily brings him down. Zuba gets back up again. And the referee says no foul. And Pavard then wins the ball lock non-controversially. It's with Coman. And there was just a hand from Shaqiri to say, stop complaining to his teammates. We need to get back and defend this. Good leadership from the Liverpool man. It's gone out wide to Benzema on the left-hand side. Mbappe. And now he's brought down by Akanji. That looked like a dive for me. The referee says no foul. He's now stopped play because Mbappe's down. And there is a VAR check for a penalty. I'm not sure which side. Looks like a referee has said he's going to look at the monitor. Well, I can imagine.
Well, if it's just for a penalty review, then surely they should have waited for the ball to go out naturally. It looks like it's for the Swiss one. And, Zuba's been cleaned out by Pavard. It could be a free kick. It's definitely a foul. I think that has to be a penalty. And the referee has given a penalty to Switzerland. In the 53rd minute of this Euro 2020 game, Didier Deschamps is furious, but it was a foul and it was inside the box. I don't know why he's complaining. Very poor from Pavard. He's considered a world-class player. He's won a World Cup. He's won a Champions League. And he gets done by that. can't really believe that the referee didn't give that originally. Well, who will take this penalty for the Nati? It will be Ricardo Rodriguez. He's not the most proficient from the penalty spot, and we know what type of goalie Hugo Lloris is. Ricardo Rodriguez, and making his 85th cap, he has the chance to get his tally to double figures. He missed a penalty in their pre-Euros friendly against the USA, but that will certainly be forgotten about if he scores this. This could be the biggest kick of Ricardo Rodriguez's life, to put his country 2-up in the 55th minute, but Hugo Lloris saves it. I thought that might happen, and it's exactly what has happened. Well, Rodriguez with a weak penalty, and Lloris's right arm denied it. Good save, I have to say that, and now France have a free kick. Now, as we catch our breath, there's a game on. Shaqiri playing it forward to Seferovic. Rodriguez, Xhaka. Here is Xhaka. Seferovic. Played it too weak, allowing Pogba to claim it. And lovely touch by Benzema to find Mbappe. It's back to Benzema. Out wide to Griezmann. Plays it to Coman. And Pogba eyeing up the long shot. Running forward though. Passing to Kylian Mbappe, whose curving shot is just wide. We saw him score from a similar area against the Germans until that was disallowed. Brilliant from Paul Pogba. That's the quality he has. Only 8 of the 15 penalties in this game has been converted directly from the spot. A couple of rebounds as well. Benzema with a great touch through, put through by Mbappe, and Karim Benzema scores to punish Switzerland for that penalty miss. Karim Benzema, what a time to get a goal. That's why he's back in the squad. Who else but Karim Benzema for France? Put forward by who else but Kylian Mbappe? Well, it started with a Kanji's clearance, which was then mistouched up forward. Griezmann with a ball. Benzema receiving it from Mbappe. A great touch to control it. And Sommer noticed the danger and came out too late, giving Benzema space to place a finish. A goal made by Kylian Mbappe and finished by Karim Benzema. France's world-class players finally showing what they can do. But they have Hugo Lloris to thank for keeping them in this game. And now, once again, France are certainly favourites. Here's Coman on the left-hand side, making a run into the box, but his cross this time is headed away. Shaqiri is brought down by Pogba, but fairly. Here's Coman, Griezmann, Mbappe to Antoine Griezmann, and it's headed home once again by Benzema. What a couple of minutes in this football match we have just seen. It took a moment of inspiration from their captain, Hugo Lloris. And Karim Benzema has scored 2 in as many minutes. And France now will be planning their trip to St. Petersburg, the same city where so many great moments occurred in that tournament. They won 3 years ago, and a great ball from Griezmann to set up Karim Benzema, who headed home. It's 2-1. Last time France won a World Cup in 1998, they won the Euros that immediately followed in 2000. They'll need another. They needed a bit of brilliance to get through this, and it looks like it's coming, but there's only a goal in it. Switzerland aren't out of it yet, but Didier Deschamps has changed to a back 4, and it seems to have worked. Well, France had to come from behind against Argentina in their round of 16 game that was in Kazan in 2018. And it looks like they're coming from behind again. We all know what happened in that tournament. And here's Griezmann coming forward once again. Conte. Varane. Kimpembe. Rabiot. Benzema. And the attackers fizzled out, but they do still have possession. Catch your breath, everyone. Griezmann's just been knocked down, so it's a free kick that can be put into the box. And a yellow card as well, shown to the perpetrator, Ricardo Rodriguez, who I'm sure is not in the best frame of mind right now. He looks absolutely distraught by what's happened. Game's not over, just needs to do the best he can in the remaining half an hour or so. Ball's airborne. Switzerland with it. Freuler, Xhaka, Akanji. Freuler, Shaqiri, Embolo. It's given away to Rabiot. Coman with a good touch to find Conte. Here's Mbappe. It's given away. And it's out for a throw-in by Elvedi, which does mean that Switzerland will still have it in a dangerous area. Switz still with it at the back. Elvedi playing it to Freuler. Here is Xhaka.
Plays it out left to Zuba. Here's Xhaka. Out for a throw-in. Party in the stands here in Bucharest for the French fans who travelled in numbers. Ball's just out for a throw-in. Here is Akanji, Alvedi, Vidmet, given to Remo Freuler, Rodriguez, back to Akanji, Shaqiri, Vidmet, Shaqiri, Xhaka, Rodriguez, Xhaka, all played out wide to Vidmet. Here is Shaqiri, and he's knocked over by Rabiot in a pretty dangerous area. So, territory that Shaqiri will be eyeing up. Maybe a bit long, so one to be played into the box. And it comes. Oh, it's a great position. It was offside, but how did that not be tucked home by Vidmet? I think he might have been onside. Well, it was Seferovic that got a touch to it. Vidmer was making the run. I think if Seferovic just left it, Vidmer would have gone in. Free kick taken by Lloris, headed back by Rodriguez as far as Varane, who under pressure plays it to Kimpembe. Mbappe, Pogba. Oh, lovely ball forward to Mbappe. Sommer came out to claim it though. What a ball by Pogba. He's had a great game today. Here's Xhaka. Vidmer. Shaqiri. Akanji. Ball's played forward, but given away by Conte. Ball's lumped forward. Oh, and a horrible error. Nearly by Vidmet. Sommer came out for it. Vidmet tried to head it back to him. In the end, handed it wide of him, and it's out for only a corner. Corner kick, Griezmann. Puts it in, heads it away. Back to Griezmann. And Benzema is nudged down by Xhaka. Pogba playing it back to Kimpembe. France know they're nearly there. But as Croatia have taught us, you never give up. In knockout football. Benzema with a good long ball forward to Rabiot though. And it is tapped away. Xhaka's header can only go as far as Pogba. Shot deflected behind for a corner by Freuler. Was headed behind for a corner again. Mbappe will take the corner and it's headed away as far as Embolo. Seferovic gets them going. Here's Embolo. Brought down, but the ref plays advantage. The break's still taking place. Here's Seferovic. But Rabiot aims at Kimpembe again. Play stopped because Embolo, who was knocked down, is grabbing his head. Here comes the cavalry. Switzerland yet to make a change, but Mbabu and Gavranovic are getting ready. Plays restarted with an uncontested drop ball for France, who were in possession at the time. Lloris takes it, plays it to Kimpembe. Varane. Griezmann. And Varane knocked down. Mistaken. So it's Shaqiri that will be coming off for Gavranovic. And Vidmer is off as well to be replaced by Mbabu. So that's where we are. Two players who have 17 minutes to try and help save their country's tournament. And I can imagine Ricardo Rodriguez missed penalty will live long in the memory of Swiss football fans, I'm afraid. Here's Coman with a long shot. It is straight at Sommer. Oh, Shaqiri with just a long touch, and it's back behind to Sommer. And ball forward to Mbappe. Griezmann. Benzema with a good touch looking for Mbappe, but good defending. It's Coman. Benzema blocked. Pogba. Great long ball. What a strike by Paul Pogba to surely put his country through into the quarter-finals of UEFA Euro 2020. Pogba showing why he's world class. He's always been somebody that has performed for his country. And that is a classic Paul Pogba goal. And now the path back into the game for Switzerland is narrowing. It was already quite narrow. A lovely long strike into the top corner. We've seen all sorts of goals at this tournament. Some comical. Some extraordinary. Granit Xhaka has picked up a yellow card for some reason. Not exactly sure what he did, but I think it was for a professional foul. But yeah, all sorts of goals at this tournament. But that is a Paul Pogba classic. He can hit him. Rabiot, Coman, Rabiot. Benzema. Coman with another good long shot, but this one was straight at Sommer. Switzerland need to get a move on. Might as well go for it now because it is knockout football. There's no goal difference. And if it crushes them around to lose 5-1, I don't think it'll really matter because the next game's not till September. Forward to Benzema. Here's Pogba. Rabiot. Kimpembe. Varane. Pogba. Kimpembe. Oh, good touch by Rabiot to get the right side of Mbabu. Out wide to Coman. Poor cross. Claimed by Sommer. Would have been a difficult one anyway, to be fair. Rodriguez plays it to Seferovic. Here's Xhaka. Rodriguez. Zuba. Can't get past Pavard, and it's out for a throw-in. Another change or two for Switzerland. It's Fasnacht and Vargas coming on. Fasnacht, first player to enter the field. He's on for Zuba. And Fasnacht playing for Young Boys, and it looks like Braille and Bolo's tournament, where he's, I think, done a good job, is over, and he is replaced by Ruben Vargas. For St. Vargas plays for Augsburg, making his 15th cap. But he's only scored 2 goals in that time. He'll need to double that, really, if he wants to save Switzerland now. Can't fault the Swiss for spirit or energy. They've ran 90 kilometres in this game, 321 passes. France run 89, 438 passes. Swiss have put just as much fight and spirit in this game, but at this level, without really any elite players, you get exposed. And France, Mbappe, Benzema, Pogba, they have shown their star quality. And Switzerland forced to be a team that makes the numbers at the earliest knockout stage once again, rather than does anything. Although a cross by Mbabu, and it's put in by Seferovic. Well, well, well. Seferovic gets a brace. And they're back into the game. Surely not. Surely not. Lovely cross by Kevin Mbabu. And for the second time today, Gavranovic has headed in a goal for Switzerland. They'll need another though. And they'll need to get it quickly, because 10 minutes are left. Coman blocked off. Some of Switzerland's most dangerous players, Shaqiri and Embolo, are off. Seferovic's burden is larger if the Switzerland are going to qualify, or at least take the game to extra time, which must be their first concern. France aren't lying back though, they're coming forward too. That is literally the best form of defence, because there's no way for Switzerland to score if France are attacking the whole time. Mbappe gets it out for a throw-in. Benzema out for a throw-in. Benzema, Griezmann, Rabiot with a long shot. He's no Paul Pogba. And it's over the bar. It's a bit harsh on Adrien Rabiot, a good player in his own right. Did well in the unfamiliar position of right wing back today. Has given Switzerland a goal kick. Here's Mbabu. Rodriguez. Ball's played out. Kimpembe. Can't hold on to it. Pogba. Out for a throw-in. Can keep the ball in. It's in a dangerous area. The referee telling Pogba off for holding on to the ball. Master of the dark arts at this level. Held it for long enough to get told off, but not long enough to get a yellow card. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Looking to put a cross in. Goes for a long shot. It's touched down and poked in! It's offside though.
Mario Gavranovic thought that he had completed one of the most remarkable stories at Euro 2020. Well, let's have a look again. Well, great confidence from Rodriguez. It was onside, I think. Well, it was very close. If it was onside, Rabiot was playing him on. Oh, it was a close one. But the players restarted. No goal. And it's a throw to France. Well, Vladimir Petkovic talking to what will be his final substitute. Kanji is it forward. Kimpembe can only work it out for the throw-in. Play's not going to start again until Gavranovic gets up. And yeah, it will be Admir Mehmedi getting ready. Switzerland have made 4 subs. They've got 1 more. They'll have another should this game go to extra time. Here's Xhaka. France making their only sub a very long time ago. Half time when Switzerland were 1-0 up. Here's Seferovic. Oh, lovely challenge from Pogba, but Seferovic wins it back. Here's Xhaka, Freuler, Mbabu. Running past Rabiot, but Mbabu trips him up in so doing and concedes a free kick, which France will be in no hurry to take. Rabiot is certainly in no hurry to get up. It will be Rodriguez, who is replaced by Mehmedi. Well, we all know what Rodriguez's mark on this game was.
Penalty that was saved by Lloris. There will be the second sub for France. Sissoko will replace Griezmann, who, despite the fact he hasn't changed the game the same way Benzema or Mbappe has been excellent in his own right. So 2 substitutions with different thoughts, as Coman is booked for a late challenge on Mbabu, it seems. And Switzerland getting forward, but it's out there for a throw-in. Pogba. Out for a throw-in. Babu will take it to Elvedi. Akanji. Freuler. About a minute separates us from Switzerland going out. But one goal separates us from extra time. Good ball by Freuler. Headed away as far as Xhaka. And Xhaka with a ball to find Mehmedi, but his header is straight at Lloris. Just having a look at the offside decision again. Yeah. Now, it's the 90th minute. It's with Xhaka. A great ball to find Gavranovic. Gavranovic! It's in! It's unbelievable! Granit Xhaka with an amazing pass and the substitute Gavranovic. A goal made in the Balkans for Switzerland to send us to extra time. Granit Xhaka has split France wide open and Gavranovic has done the rest. Football never stops giving us entertainment. How can you not love this sport? And we are headed to extra time. Unless something can happen in the 4 minutes that has just been announced. Gavranovic has had one chance since coming on and he's taken it. Oh, but Presnel Kimpembe and Raphael Varane, you have some serious questions to answer about the state of your defending there. France 3, Switzerland 3. Game's still not over yet. There will be a chance for you to catch your breath in about 150 seconds' time. Long ball taken by Akanji, looking for Gavranovic. Long ball looking from Mbappe by Pogba, headed away to Elvedi, into the path of Coman. Now, it's come to Conte, and he's ran into the box and lost out to one Kevin Mbabu. Swiss fans are bouncing. Well, the premiere of Love Island starting today. Much talk about topic. Firstly, if you're watching that instead of this game, what are you doing? If you want to see topless men, just look in the Swiss stands, and it might be a bigger party for them because a long ball was forward to Mehmedi. That one was a touch too long and he just couldn't control it before the grateful Hugo Lloris was out to claim it. Ball's out to Sissoko on the right. Sissoko still with a cross, looking for Coman, who touches it down. Kingsley Coman hits the bar in the final minute of the game. And it's behind for a goal kick. And the 4 minutes have been played. And the full-time whistle, I think. No, the goal kick will be taken. That's it. This game is going to extra time. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. Or I wouldn't if it was any other sport but football. But of course it is. This sport is amazing. Well, let's head through what's happened. Haris Seferovic rising higher than Longley to put Switzerland 1 up. And they thought they were into the next round when they had a penalty. But Ricardo Rodriguez had it saved by Lloris. France punished them with 2 goals from Benzema straight after. And then Pogba thought it was surely game over when he fired a rocket into the top corner for a long shot and made it 3-1. But Seferovic got his second header of the game to put them back into it. And a splitting pass by Xhaka put Gavranovic through to make it France 3, Switzerland 3. And could the P word be entering people's lexicon soon? Half an hour. We'll see. Well, speaks to the character of this truly global game. The goal scorers all over the world. Haris Seferovic, who got the first goal, whose family is from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Followed by Karim Benzema, who has a North African heritage. Algeria to be specific. Paul Pogba from Guinea, and his brother plays for Guinea. And Mario Gavranovic from Croatia. And it's not finished. If you're going anywhere else, there is something wrong with you. Because this game has been brilliant. This sport is brilliant. These championships have been brilliant. And these two sets of players have done themselves proud today. I thought it was game over when Paul Pogba made it 3. And Mario Gavranovic, he's only scored. Plays in the Croatian League for Dinamo Zagreb. A club that I'm sure the French selectors would not even consider looking at in a league which is mostly ignored by the media. But they know how to shock big teams in Europe, and they've done it again. So, back underway then. Half an hour separates us from penalties. Unless France or Switzerland can do something spectacular. We had one game finish at 3-3 after 90 minutes in Copenhagen, and now we have one in Bucharest, and it looks like a yellow card is instantly coming out for Pavard. Yeah, late challenge on Mehmedi, and he gets what he deserves for that one. Just a kick to the groin, Mehmedi outdoing him there. Every team gets an additional change at half-time. And Pavard will miss the quarter-final against Spain, should France get there. And that's a big blow for them. They're already short on fullbacks. Xhaka passes it forward to Vargas. Xhaka. Akanji. And Switzerland forward again. Fasnacht. Out wide. Gavranovic trying to outdo Kimpembe. But Kimpembe blocks the cross for the corner. Gavranovic took a knock, so walking a bit funnily. What a substitution Vladimir Petkovic made. As I said, it's a Swiss team with Balkan roots, and it's their Balkan players who've helped them today. So, in comes the corner. We know who this will be aimed at. Well, it's actually aimed at Mehmedi rather than Seferovic, whose shot was straight at Lloris, who went for the long ball, but overhit it. And straight to Jan Sommer. Play stopped because Benzema's down. While Benzema has thrown himself into the golden boot race. He's on 4 now. And Benzema's limping off. And who else to come on at this stage but one Olivier Giroud, a player that for the last few years has been called past his best, finished, but in the big moments he always steps up from the bench. Was in this very stadium in Bucharest where he scored a bicycle kick against Atletico Madrid, which ended up being crucial as his club, Chelsea, won the Champions League. He scored 46 times for his country, and now his country needs him. The F1 driver is off, the go-karter is on, And the cross was towards him. Pogba. Coman. Making the run. It's headed away. Pavard! And his shot tipped over the bar by Jan Sommer. And it's behind for a corner. Jan Sommer with great reactions. Well, Pavard knows how to score. Big goals. The best goal of the last World Cup. As a cross comes in for the corner. I think it was headed by Coman, but it went all the way out to Sissoko. It's with Sissoko now as France have been forced back as far as Pavard. Pogba. Pavard. Lloris. Kimpembe. Rabiot. Varane. Sissoko. Apparently the ball was out of play before Sissoko collected it. Thought it was just kept in. No, apparently not. Well, Seferovic has been brilliant today, but one thing he won't get is a hat-trick because he is to be replaced by Fabian Schär. Well, that is a defensive change, undoing the sub of bringing Mehmedi on for Rodriguez to return to a back five. Switzerland making use of that extra sub. They went for broke with themselves 3-2 down, but now they have made up for it. Here's Xhaka. Vargas. Babu with a good touch. But the second one was heavy. But he's got past Kante. And the low cross kicked away by Varane. And it's into the path of Coman. Well, Switzerland aren't going to get too many opportunities like that. And it was dangerous into the box. And it was crucial from Varane to deal with it. Here's Mbappe. Plays for Coman. And Coman looking to get the right side of Elvedi. Well, went for the shot, but fired it into the side netting. Play stopped, and I don't think too many will mind that. Kingsley Coman is the one that's down. Come on, well, I thought he would just taking a knock, but it looks like something more serious. Kingsley Coman. Strutting back onto the pitch. See Thomas Lemar warming up. Oh, a Mexican wave in the crowd. Don't want to see that. Come on, what's a substitute coming at half time? Akanji. Xhaka with a long ball forward. Looking for Vargas. What a ball by Granit Xhaka. He's been so good today. In the end, it's just a throw-in that he won his team with that one. Which Cher will take. Freuler to Xhaka. Under pressure, still fighting for every ball. But France have won it back. It's an advantage. It's a good ball by Conte to find Mbappe. The Swiss are now back. So Mbappe switches it to Sissoko, who on the volley kicks it so high. I don't think that would be counting rugby. Meanwhile, Granit Xhaka's down. Oh, Xhaka, yeah, kicked by Pogba. See an Arsenal shirt in the crowd. Xhaka, one of only 4 Arsenal players that made this tournament. Make that 3 with Kieran Tierney, Scotland out. We'll be down by 1 tomorrow because Bernd Leno of Germany and Bukayo Saka of England will do battle. Meanwhile, Vargas has won a throw-in off of Pavard for Switzerland. Gavranovic with a ball to put him forward into a good position, but again can only win a throw-in off Pavard. Mehmedi to Xhaka. Back to Mehmedi. Vargas has won a corner kick off Pavard. And they might be regretting taking Seferovic off now. The corner's in. And back into the air. Akanji puts it back in the box. Mehmedi can get a touch, but it's a weak one. Mehmedi eventually gets a shot, and it's over for a goal kick. There is a VAR check for a potential penalty. Check's over, no penalty. Okay. Being taken long. Out for a throw-in. Varane as we enter the final minute of the first half. Long ball's taken and it's picked up by Jan Sommer. Xhaka. Vargas. Xhaka with a long ball. Looking for Mbabu. So let's have a look. 1 minute will be added on until half time. Conte to Giroud. Conte again. Sommer with the ball. Taken long. Again, Rabiot with a good full forward to find Mbappe. A goal now would be a dagger in Swiss hearts, and Sissoko nearly set one up. But Cher got a touch to it, and eventually Vargas could kick it out for a throw-in. We are about 10 seconds away from hearing Senor Rapellini's whistle for half-time. Switzerland will want to hold on until then. Here's Pavard, and that is it. Well, this game has been thrilling, but it's half-time in extra time. Let's have a reminder of what happened. Seferovic put the Swiss 1-0 up before Ricardo Rodriguez's penalty was saved by Lloris. Benzema then went down the other end to punish him with 2 quick goals. Pogba with a great strike to make it 3-1, but the Swiss never gave up, and Seferovic and Gavranovic with late goals to make it 3-0. So that's where we are, and it's half-time in extra time. So, we are ready once again. Players are in position, just waiting for the whistle of our referee. And there we go, we are underway once again. It's France versus Switzerland, and it is live. And remember, we're a quarter of an hour away from penalties. 1 goal would spell the end to someone's tournament. Will it be France? Will it be Switzerland? Will it be the first penalty shootout of UEFA Euro 2020? There's been 2 narrow escapes. Italy and Austria, as well as Croatia and Spain, had their games decided in extra time. As Kylian Mbappe is on the ball now. Giroud, no way past Xhaka. Sissoko. Pogba. Mbappe. And a Swiss tried to break. The ball hit the referee. Ball will be given back to them. Babu, the long ball. Xhaka with the ball forward. Pogba with the ball, won it off him and was challenged and is down. Yep, it was a foul by Akanji. Stopped him in his tracks. Manuel Akanji is the 7th booking of the game. 4th Swiss one alongside Rodriguez, Elvedi and Xhaka. Free kick is taken short by Conte and put into the box by Pavard, but headed away by Xhaka. The clock's ticking. Well, in their 2018 World Cup run, France were never taken to extra time. In that tournament, there were 4 penalty shootouts. Could we have the first today? All of them won, by the way, by European countries. Here's Coman, and Mbappe fires it wide. And I think someone would have had that covered. Here's Sissoko on the right hand side. Pogba. Conte. Good challenge by Gavranovic, which forces France backwards. Here's Coman. Foul brought down by Mbabu, but France continue, and it's played to Mbappe, who fluffs his line, scuffs at it, and puts it into the side netting. And he's picked up at limp as he done so. Mbappe is back on his feet, but that was the chance. Looks like we will see Thuram on for Coman. So the substitute is substituted. Switzerland go forward, but the cross is claimed by Lloris. And Marcus Thuram making only his 4th cap, plays for Mönchengladbach, a club you'd mostly associate with Switzerland, what with Sommer, Elvedi and Mbolo in Switzerland's starting 11, as well as Akanji taking it. France have taken the corner, Rabiot with a ball to Mbappe, but Vargas can clear it out for a throw-in before he even gets that. Pogba throw in. Goal kick. Just bizarre one from France. Poor touch. And past the goal line. Sommer. Long, ambitious ball played by Switzerland, but it's out for a throw-in. Rabiot picks it up, decides to take it. Looking for Thuram, but caught out by Mbabu. Here is Freuler, Xhaka, Mehmedi, Mbabu. Freuler to Xhaka. Oh, Mehmedi, but Rabiot with a good touch. Conte, Giroud, Pogba. Great ball out to Thuram by Pogba. And what can he do? He can find Giroud. He fluffs his lines and puts it wide, while only the great Thierry Henry, with 51, has more than Olivier Giroud's 46 goals for France. Thuram with a good assist. Oh, Giroud's shot actually, I think, came off Mbappe to go behind. Goal kick, Jan Sommer. Taken long. His share. Akanji. Xhaka. Akanji. Under a bit of pressure from Sissoko, decides to take the ball back to Sommer. Share. Akanji, Xhaka, long ball forward, touched by Varane, headed on by Mehmedi. Gavranovic couldn't find the ball, and France win it back. Sissoko being nibbled at by Akanji and eventually fouled. Not sure Sissoko would have expected to play more than the 5 minutes in this match. That's how much he has left. Bought on to see the game out. France couldn't do that. Not that it was Sissoko's fault. Big responsibility placed on players that don't normally start for France, like Sissoko, Giroud nowadays, Thuram, Coman earlier. Not to mention Longley, who started due to the formation change. France have 2 more changes, but unfortunately no more windows in which to use them. Well, actually, I think they might have 1 because the Coman sub was at half time. Here comes Pogba, this time given away. Elvedi plays it to Xhaka, but this time Xhaka loses out to Pavard. Well, 2 of the game's best players making mistakes. Pogba to Pavard. That was a good ball, looking for Thuram, but it was defended and cleared. As far as Varane, Rabiot beats Gavranovic in the 50-50, but the ball has bounced kindly to Mehmedi. He plays it back to Xhaka. If Switzerland can do something from this... Freuler. Akanji. Plays it to Shet. And, well, Fasnacht miscontrols it and it's out for a throw-in, and that's not what Switzerland needed. Freuler, Xhaka, pushed over by Pogba. Xhaka. Sending over the ball. Plays it to Akanji. It's straight at Thuram. Sissoko making a run. Vargas putting his foot up to clear it out for a throw-in. Here is Kimpembe to Thuram, fired away. Here's Kimpembe. Given away. Free kick to France. Here's Mbappe. There's a cross in and it's headed away by Akanji. Lands to Conte. Here's Pogba. Kimpembe. Looking for Giroud! And it's saved by Sommer. I think Cher just touched it enough to take the sting off it. Long ball forward by Switzerland. And it's a free kick. Well, well, well. In dangerous territory. Rabiot with a silly foul. Xhaka will want to score the first free kick of UEFA Euro 2020. And if he did that, I might lose my voice. Xhaka standing over it. He'll take it. It's Granit Xhaka. And that one was poor and it's over the bar. 120 minutes have been played. We are into injury time and that's it. Full time. Haris Seferovic, such a long time ago, started this game. with a header to put his side up. Ricardo Rodriguez missed a penalty to make it 2, and he was punished by Karim Benzema with 2 quick goals. A worldie from Paul Pogba gave Switzerland a mountain to climb. But the Swiss know how to climb mountains. Seferovic with another header, and Gavranovic making the most of Xhaka's header. In extra time, couldn't be separated. First shootout of the tournament. Well, one penalty already been taken in this game. It was saved by Lloris. Ricardo Rodriguez, who took it, was substituted in the 87th minute of the game. Maybe to stop him taking another. Not really, it was so they could switch to a back 4 for the last minutes as they laboured. Looks like the goalkeeping coach wearing a baseball cap, chatting with Jan Sommer, Kanji as well. Don't know who's talking to Hugo Lloris, but important looking people in bibs giving some instructions. Just a reminder of the teams that are now on for France. Lloris, Varane, Thuram, Kimpembe, Pavard, Pogba, Conte, Rabiot, Sissoko, Giroud and Mbappe. And for Switzerland, Sommer, Mbabu, Elvedi, Akanji, Mehmedi, Fasnacht, Freuler, Xhaka, Gavranovic, Cher and Vargas. At the end of this shootout, one journey will end and Spain will know who they are playing in the quarter-finals of UEFA Euro 2020 in St. Petersburg. That's the city France will want to reach. It's the city they beat Belgium in their FIFA World Cup semi-final. It's Lloris and Sommer. Trudge the box. It will be Switzerland to take the first penalty. Of course, Switzerland took a penalty in the UEFA Nations League third place playoff in 2019 as Gavranovic gets us ready for the first penalty. Mario Gavranovic scored a goal in the 90th minute to take the game to extra time. Without him, Switzerland wouldn't even be here. But they need him to step up again.
Hugo Lloris. He is making his 129th appearance for France. His country needs him. So does Gavranovic's. Lloris is acting the gom on the goal line, and he's told off by the ref. It's Gavranovic versus Lloris. It's Dinamo Zagreb versus Tottenham. And Gavranovic fires it into the net. Pressure's on for the French. And the pressure's on for Paul Pogba, another goal scorer in the second half. It was a lovely goal as well. If Gavranovic was made by the assist, Pogba's was all himself. So, Pogba against Sommer. Man United versus Borussia Mönchengladbach, as Paul Pogba is just outside the D. So much pressure on his shoulders, but he doesn't care. Similar to the one Gavranovic took into the top left of the goal. And the goalie sent the wrong way. Hit the camera on the goal, actually. And Pogba says to Lloris, "You can do it." Well, another substitute for Switzerland, Fabian Schär. So both players involved in this play in the Premier League. Newcastle versus Spurs. Schär sends him the wrong way and scores again, and puts the pressure back on France. Well, one of France's most prolific goal scorers in their national team's history, Olivier Giroud, is stepping up. Long way, short run up, goal. Again, the goalkeeper is sent the wrong way. All 4 penalties have been like that, and all 4 penalties have been converted. Another defender for Switzerland, Manuel Akanji. Never scored a goal for his country before, and although this wouldn't count as a goal, I'm sure he'll celebrate it like one if he scores. So Dortmund versus Tottenham. Manuel Akanji steps up. Very good stutter to put it in. That must have risen the nerves of a few in the audience and risen the hopes of a few French fans. So, pressure is back on France. It's Thuram, who came on with 10 minutes to go. Just his 4th appearance. This is the biggest moment of his short international career so far. Jan Sommer will try to stop him, his Mönchengladbach teammate, and he guesses the right way, but it was just too good a penalty. One of these will have to be missed. Vargas for Switzerland. Plays for Augsburg. Another player, just 22 years old. Vargas with a stuttering run up. Lloris gets a touch to it, but can't prevent it from staying out. Lloris with a huge hand, but he could only tip it in to the side netting. Again, the pressure is with a French face. It's another centre-back taking it. This time a starter. Presnel Kimpembe, who hasn't had the best game of his career in defence. I'm sure to say he could make amends with a goal would be an understatement. Jan Sommer will try to prevent that. And nearly does, again guesses the right way, but it's another good goal. 4-4. Another sub, Admir Mehmedi. Big one for him. Tucked away. And France will need to score this penalty to stay in UEFA Euro 2020. Jan Sommer knows if he can prevent this from going in, his team will be in St. Petersburg in a few days' time. And who else but Kylian Mbappe, the 22-year-old, the star boy. If he misses this penalty, I think it will be part of his legacy forever. Has he ever taken a bigger kick in his life? He's saved! Jan Sommer saves the penalty of Kylian Mbappe, the star boy. Misses the crucial penalty, and Vladimir Petkovic waves to the crowd while his players go crazy. A wry smile on his face. He will be the toast of every corner of Switzerland. And France lose a major tournament. There will be no heroic return to Russia, the country of their conquest 3 years ago. And Kylian Mbappe, him and Erling Haaland were tipped to carry the baton of Ronaldo and Messi. Haaland didn't even qualify, and Mbappe has lost the key penalty. Another big country exits UEFA Euro 2020. Today has seen the departure of both finalists in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. It felt like such a long time ago when Haris Seferovic put Switzerland ahead. Ricardo Rodriguez's penalty that was saved, and Benzema punishing him with that double salvo. Pogba meant that France just had to hold on for 15 more minutes with a 2-goal advantage, but Switzerland never gave up. A lesson to everyone watching. Seferovic and Gavranovic, a comeback inspired in southeastern Europe. And here in Romania, we have seen the most amazing story. It finished 3-3.
extra time couldn't produce a winner, and 9 penalties were dispatched flawlessly. But Kylian Mbappe, a man who has already had a great career, and I'm sure will go on to have a great career, will never quite be able to erase this moment. And his 48th cap, I'm sure, will be among his worst. Well, France, there's no repeat of the double triumph of 1998 and 2000. Didier Deschamps thanks the crowds, a frown on his face. Granit Xhaka hugs a member of his coaching staff. Switzerland have always found themselves going short in the big tournaments. They seem to be ever present that never go all the way. But they've changed that. Firstly, reaching the Nations League semi-finals. But on the big stage, the one that really matters, their first quarter-finals at a European Championship. Their first quarter-finals in a major tournament that wasn't on home soil. The only precedent was the 1954 FIFA World Cup. Well, I have to say that Pogba, Benzema, none of the French players really deserve to be on the losing team. But Switzerland have done it. I doubt anybody in the world could look to denude them of this moment. The favourites are out. And they deserve it. They only had themselves to blame. I know they showed star quality, but in terms of defence, with 15 minutes to go, France had a 2-goal advantage. Their defence fell asleep, and they were punished for it. And now, the quarter-finals really starting to take shape. We remember this knockout stage, which has been brilliant, started 2 days ago in London, where the knockout stage and the tournament will end. And after a 0-0 in extra time, goals from Chiesa and Pessina were met only by Kalajdzic, who made it, who put Italy through to the quarter-final. They will play Belgium after a goal from Torgan Hazard gave them a 1-0 win against Portugal. Today, we witnessed in Bucharest this brilliant game. And earlier today in Copenhagen, Switzerland, who won, will play Spain, the winner of that game. A comical own goal from Pedri, but Spain, with goals from Sarabia, Azpilicueta and Torres. Like France, 2 late goals from Orsic and Pasalic made it 3-3. But Spain got the job done in extra time. Morata and Oyarzabal with the crucial goals. On the other side of the draw, the Czech Republic beat the 10-man Netherlands with goals from Holej and Schick. 2-0, and Denmark strolled past Wales 4-0 with goals from Dolberg, Myler and Brathwaite. Dolberg with 2. 2 more games between Sweden and Ukraine and England and Germany tomorrow to decide the final quarter-final in Rome. Copa America. Big games as the group stage concludes today, as Uruguay play Paraguay and Argentina play Bolivia. in Brazil. Well, Switzerland, as I said, they're a country who never seems to miss out on these finals. Euro 2012, the last one they missed, but they always seem to be there to make up the numbers in the last three tournaments, not including the Nations League, out at the round of 16. And this time, they've cleared that stage. Game 4, finally, not a solution. All 11 Swiss players can be grateful, I think. They've all earned it. Ricardo Rodriguez blushes are spared, but he was still part of this performance. This excellent Swiss performance. Has all the excitement been sucked out of the tournament now? Are we going to see 2 1-0s tomorrow? Or are we going to get this treat again? Well, so far the knockout stages provided us 10 goals. There's been 14 today, not including the penalty shootout. So disappointment for France. Yet again they miss out on European Championship glory when it seemed in touching distance. Switzerland you'd expect before the game were second favourites. And then 3 games away. And a wait that's now 21 years for a European Championship goes on for France. Switzerland have never won a major trophy. Closest they got was the 1924 Olympics, back when that was considered a major trophy in football. But they lost the final then. To Uruguay. Goals from Pedro Petrone, Pedro Sea and Angel Romano. A different generation. But Switzerland now are 3 games away from permanently ending that.
Well, be on air just for another few minutes in case there are any questions. France still showed star quality, but it wasn't enough today. So crazy. I couldn't imagine that happening when Paul Pogba's goal went in. 20 metres out into the top corner.
Still catching my breath after that. Just looking at those Swiss goals again. France outdone for the second time by a cross. Now that was a lovely cross by Mbappe. That's probably forgotten by most people, but seeing it again. Without that, Switzerland are already on the first flight home from Bucharest. '87, the year Petkovic moved from what was then Yugoslavia to Switzerland. He's originally from Bosnia and Herzegovina. That country is nowadays. And he's led them to the Euro 2020 quarter-final. Well, tomorrow it's attention on Great Britain, where England and Scotland will host the final games of the round of 16.
Von denen spricht man häufig noch Jahre danach. Das ist natürlich ein Spiel, was alle elektrisiert und was alle natürlich auch fesselt.
That was Germany manager Joachim Löw. Here's Gareth Southgate.
Chaotic at times and then full of class at other times. Yeah, but I would say they're an incredibly tough qualifying group, so they're battle hardened already. They've had to raise the level of their game to play France, to play Portugal. They're ready for the game with us, I'm sure, and we've got to make sure that we're ready for them.
45,000 fans will be at
So Gareth Southgate and Joachim Löw. Löw was just saying in German, by the way, the importance of the match. Basically, matches between Germany and England at major tournaments are always remembered, and you can't deny that. The last meeting in 2010 made a permanent mark on the sport. It was the reason that FIFA president Joseph Blatter stopped his opposition to goal line technology. A permanent change on the game. Two major semi-finals in 1996 and 1990, a quarter-final in 1970, and a final in 66.
When you picture great players, it's normally in an international shirt, so it is an opportunity that few get, and these lads have earned it. I'm sure they're going to relish that. What we know is that Germany never give in, they never stop, they'll come with confidence, they'll settle into the game quickly, So we've got to be ready for that, to face a team that have a top mentality, and if we want to beat those teams, then that's what we've got to show.
So there we
Gary
go.
has
There
channeled
is
his
Gareth
inner
Southgate.
haven't you? And this is the team
And that is Joachim Löw earlier. Former England assistant manager Gary Neville, or well, I wouldn't call him assistant manager, he's a first team coach, picking his team for England. Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones and Maguire the back three, James, Rice, Phillips and Shaw midfielders, Saka, Sterling and Kane top three. The rest of this pan-European tournament will be played without some great names: Pogba, Benzema, Mbappe, Conte, Griezmann. Could it be Olivier Giroud's last major tournament with France as well? And for countries like England and Germany, it is another sign of encouragement. And from that Germany team that beat England, only Neuer and Müller remain. By the way, what a starting 11 this is. Neuer, Lahm, Friedrich, Mertesacker, Boateng, Schweinsteiger, Khedira, Müller, Ozil, Podolski and Klose. That generation is on its absolute last breath now. Meanwhile, none of the England players, with the sole exception of James Milner, are still playing football. It's a completely new generation for England. So, great day of football. And tomorrow, England play Germany and Sweden play Ukraine. 6 out of 8 teams in the quarter-finals. But, continue to be whittled down
until there's only one left. And the Swiss roll into the quarterfinals. Six goals, penalty miss in regular time. And Kylian Mbappe's career has had another moment that cannot be erased. That's it from me.